Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. We have Kilroy, hello, Arlarn, Bridget 67, Queen Chris, OVID IU 80, hello, Matt K is in the house. 1018, Highland Scoop. If I missed anybody, QRTLA55EN. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Mini Devil 98. Dixieland is in the house. Booger Nut is in the house. So who wants a map? Well, y'all can't have it. If I gave it away now, I'd go from 24 viewers to 0. So let us let me throw you on live scene. No, yeah, let me throw you on live scene. And then let's get the game pulled up. Alright, I am starting in new farmer mode. And the only thing I did was I went in and I preloaded the warehouses just so I can show you all. I'm going to go over the build. So we are in new farmer mode. And in new farmer mode, let's take a peek at the PDA. So I start you off with, in new farmer mode, Central Mountain. I start you off with Central Mountain because that's where most of your buildable, I think that's where, yeah, no, most. That's where most of your buildable sell points are. So if you sell Center Mountain, you're not going to be able to build the sell points that are sitting on Center Mountain. Starting you off with Field 1, 41, 42, 43, 44, little grassy area across the bridge next to 44, and then above Oil Well 1, a little forest to get you all started, and then the coal mine. There are 79 fields, I believe. Yeah, 79 fields. About half of the fields you have to build, half of the forests you have to build, half of the railroad silos you have to build, fish processing has to be built, the bait house has to be built, the slaughterhouse and hen house has to be built, smokehouse has to be built, and if I'm missing anything, we'll figure it out as we drive around the map. So that is the PDA. If we go into the garage, new farmer mode, starting off with the John Deere DB120, the Cameo harvester with the corn header and the grain header. Jedi Horn 09 is raiding with a party of 6. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Again, new farmer mode, starting off with a couple of tractors. The Roadrunner, Case Titan, which will do lime fertilizer. Oh, I forget what our extra fertilizers are. Seaweed. I'm missing one. Solid fertilizer, lime, seaweed. There's 2 more. Off of my hand, I'm having a senior moment. Starting off with the tanker, tipper, the rapid windrow, the K165 fertilizer spreader, K100 with the slide on tipper, the Flexicoil plow, and the Krone Easy Cut Special, which is my absolute favorite mower in the game. Nikki Physist gifting tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Let me just take a quick peek at chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I have Jedi Horn. I have Nightbot set very strict because I get a lot of trolls. So if Nightbot gets you, I am sorry. Alright, so that is the PDA and your starting fields in new farmer mode, your vehicle fleet in new farmer mode. Now, the map itself is there's a center mountain, there's an outer mountain, and in between the center mountain and outer mountain is the valley, surrounded by the river, and the river has the same working fishing boat as the Hollow map does. So the map was named after... I was born and raised in the Wyoming valleys, hence the name Ritchie Valley. And being... Oh, let me grab a little bit of speed. Just forgot to turn that on. Alright, so born and raised in the Wyoming Valley, which is the Wilkes-Barre area in Pennsylvania. So we have, let's run down to center of the map, middle of the mountain, we have the vehicle shop, which is here. So sitting at the vehicle shop in new farmer mode waiting for you is the K100 slide-on tipper, your truck and tanker. Now, being born and raised in just outside of Wilkes-Barre, Nanticoke, Pennsylvania, I had to do a little bit of justice to the Wyoming Valley. So we have the City of Nanticoke Fire Department. So if you love to role play and you want to bring in some vehicle mods, some fire trucks, there are working doors here. So you can role play with your fire trucks. Next to the fire station, we have the Nanticoke City Police Department and City Jail. So if you want to bring in some police car mods, these doors open as well. So you can role play. And then the police station has, if you go upstairs, has a 911 call center if you'd love to role play. If I can get up here without getting stuck. So you have a 911 call center so you can role play if you wish in multiplayer. And then if we can get ourselves back downstairs. Get myself back downstairs. 300 bits, R-Alarm. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. We're getting a bunch of gift subs. You guys and gals are awesome. And again, working jail. So if you're playing multiplayer, somebody comes over and steals your crop, you can bring them in here and lock them in for a couple hours, I guess. Next to that, we have the this is the annex for the Nanticoke Health System. And then the Nanticoke Hospital. So we have the Nanticoke Hospital. We have the Luzerne County courthouse. So you can arrest your partner, your multiplayer partner, throw his butt in jail, take him across the street to the courthouse, get him a lawyer, get him sentenced, and then throw his butt back in jail, I guess. And then we have, let me go into flight mode here a second. We have the high school, so home of the Nanticoke Trojans. So Nanticoke High School football field. Go Trojans. Let me get out of flight mode. Luxury jail they have. I know. I've never been locked up, but I guess if you're going to be locked up and you have a TV, I guess that is a definite luxury. All right, let's grab ourselves let me grab a truck. Now I'm not going to save the save game because this is just for today's stream. So I'm going to end up just cheating a whole bunch of stuff in just to show y'all what we have going on today. But anyway, we have your center of the map, you have your vehicle shop, and before we get into the buildables, let me go over a few sell points. And then we'll explain to you about the sell points and be very careful on taking contracts, which we'll get into here in a second. Alright, so early game, you have access to Walmart. And behind Walmart is one of your sell points you have access to. So you have access to Walmart. You'll have access to Lowe's, which is down the side road by Walmart. So access to Lowe's. Are the cows being featured in today's stream? I can show the cows off today as well, yes. So you'll have access to Lowe's. My sinuses are killing me, y'all, so bear with me a second. I'm going to just grab something to drink. Big old mug of iced coffee today. Now, you also have access to the barn, which will take your bales and bulk. So the barn will only take your grass, your hay, your straw, your silage. Casey's will purchase diesel if you make too much diesel. All these you have to build. Size Patio has to be built. Domino's has to be built. Dunkin' has to be built. KFC has to be built. You do have access to the landfill, but the landfill only buys trash, sewage, and clean fill, I believe. Yeah, your sewage, your byproducts, your trash, and your clean fill. Mary's has to be built. Nunna Ritchie's has to be built. The nursing center has to be built. The sawmill you have access to sell logs and wood chips. The spinnery you have access to, but it's only like wool and cashmere cotton. Tractor Supply has to be built. Wells Fargo only buys gold, and you do have access to Wells Fargo. Now, be very careful with taking a contract. So if we look at field 21, before you take the contract, make sure the field is built, that you have access to it, because the field may not be built. You may have to build the field. And even if the field is built, your sell point may not be built. So it's going to tell us to harvest 21 and take it to Nunna Ritchie's. Well, Nunna Ritchie's is not built, so you can't take this contract. So be very careful with your contracts. Like I said, the field may or may not be built, and the sell point may or may not be built. So be very careful with the taking your contracts. Trevor 5434, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Anything that you see fenced in as you're driving around the map must be built. And I put the fences around it so you don't have you don't have access to it, and B, you don't put a placeable there. So you don't want a placeable, you don't want something building in the middle of a placeable you put down. So that's why everything has a fence surrounding it. So these are 4 separate city blocks that you have to build. So we got city block 4, city block 2, city block 3, and City Block 5. Just for an example. I'll spin around. Let's head over this way. So part of the city's built, part of the city you have to build. And we're still on the top in the middle of Center Mountain. This is the future home of Dollar General, so another little strip mall will build there. Bridget and Kid here in Sweden. I hope yeah, if I'm ignoring chat, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm going to focus on the map tour. You do have access to the spinnery, which is right here, top of Center Mountain. And this will take, like I said, your wool, your cashmere, your cotton, maybe a few other things. You'll have to check the prices menu. And to my right is size patio and garden. Another sell point you have to build. And that circles back around on the top of Center Mountain. We'll drive around. A lot of your sell points are along here, so you'll have Aldi's. And these fences will come down once you build your sell point Tractor Supply. You have Domino's Pizza, Napa, and there's like 3 or 4 more that run along the main road. We'll get into builds here shortly. I just want to cruise around the rest of Center Mountain. The little boxes next to the road. The little boxes next to the road, they're all over the map. And I put them there so you don't put a placeable down. They build the electrical grid for the entire map. So you have to build your electrical grid, your power poles, and your street lights. Once you build those, as your power grid is building, all of these boxes will disappear. So those are everything that has to be built is surrounded by a box or a fence, so you don't accidentally put a placeable there, and then have a building come up in the middle of your placeable, or have a street light come up in the middle of your placeable. So we have, here I'll go up and over this bridge. You have a nice lake in the middle of the map. So I'll let you explore. I'll let y'all explore the boats that are driving around the lake. My internet not connecting. Why does it break when you want to do something? I know, usually when I want to stream is when my Wi-Fi is the absolute worst. So you have Nunna-Ritchie's in front of you, which is another sell point you have to build. And then that'll circle around to get you to Central Station. Alright, so you have a Central Station complex. So inside of here is your drop-off point And every single railroad silo on the map will hold every single bulk and every single liquid. So you can put your bulk, store and all bulk and all liquid here and on central station in every single railroad silo. So your central station is connected to train 1 and train 2. So you can pick up by train, or you come under here, you can pick up by truck. And we have container storage, not pallet storage. So containers, all of your cold items that you need to use in other production is stored in cold storage. You can spawn out up to 3 containers. And then you have your central warehouse, which again will spawn out your containers. And then anything you need to build other products on the map is stored here. Watch out for the pirates. And then you have your apartment complex. And your apartment complex will store your workers that you need at your factories. And then you can transport your workers around by bus, or you can transport your workers around by monorail. So let's jump back in the truck and we'll head down halfway down the mountain. Alright, so halfway down the mountain, you have the animal dealer. The trigger is here, so you can pick up all your animals here, including the new animals, the dogs, the donkeys, the ducks, and the goats. Beehive production is behind the animal dealer. So beehive production is built into the map. And then this facility here, you can purchase everything you need early game to get started in bulk. So you can get your fertilizer, your seeds, straw, hay, grass, anything you need for your animals and anything you need for your fields early game you can purchase here. And then you have the barn sell point is here, and it'll accept bulk or bales. So the barn is right there. Now across the street is, let's go up this end first. You have, alright, so express personnel is here. Behind this building, you have your trigger, and to get your workers, you're going to need to feed them, so they're going to need food, which is coffee, cranberry, carrot, or peanut. They need some water, and they need some gold. And then your workers will spawn. There's 8 different bus stops spread across the center mountain where you could pick your workers up. Then you can store them in any of the apartment buildings on the map. Next to express personnel is the construction office. And we'll get into this here in a few more minutes, but just know your construction office is here. And most of your buildables drop-off points are here. People are working for peanuts. That's kind of funny. You're paying them gold though, so does that count? And then we go down one more level to the valley. So we'll jump down into the valley. You have your BGA and one of the gas stations where you can purchase diesel. So fuel pickup point right here. And then in new farmer mode, unless you sell it off, this is your starting area where most of your vehicles are sitting. So have them parked here waiting for you, because in new farmer mode, so let's wait for the autosave. So in new farmer mode, I'm starting you off with fields 1, 41, 42, 43, 44. So that's where most of your vehicles are parked, waiting for you. We'll take a quick cruise around the map and then we'll get into mining first, and then we'll get into some of the builds. Would love to work for peanuts, beer, and gold. Alright, so again, anything you see fenced in, you have to build. So this is oil well 1, and if you want to build it, you have to go to the construction office, and then you'll get further instructions at the construction office what you need to do to build whatever area on the map you are looking at. It's multiplayer friendly because there's about 8 railroad silos spread out across the map you can use. There's about 8 to 10 different houses you could put your own sleep trigger down, and you do have to put your own sleep trigger down. So I'm not setting you up in any one house that has a sleep trigger, so feel free to set up anywhere on the map you want to. And again, you're not going to have access to about half of the fields. So if we look at, so for example, where am I at on the map? So we're right near field 35. So let me grab a little bit of flight. So we are next to field 35. 35 is going to have a whole bunch of crap in the field, so you cannot come in here and you can't teleport in and steal the crop if you don't have, because you won't have access to the field and you won't be able to get the entire crop, so you won't be able to fulfill the contract. So as the field builds, everything in the field will disappear. So all the rocks will disappear, all the old rusty dilapidated buildings will disappear, the fence will disappear, and then you'll have access to the field or sell point or oil well or whatever you're trying to build. And I'll get into that here shortly. Dice VW, where do you find this map? I'm going to give the link towards the end of the stream. And I'll go over the Trello board because there's some required mods that you need to run the map with. Without the required mods, the map will not load. So we'll head back up towards Center Mountain, and we'll grab a... Actually, no, we're going to spin back around. Let me take it up to the mine. Nah, here, we'll head up to Center Mountain. We'll take the bridge across to the mine. I'll let you explore a lot of the map on your own, because there's a whole bunch of stuff to find, and I don't want to give all of the spoilers away. This is not going to be a long stream, y'all, because I know y'all are dying to get this map. Now, let me go over to the water fields if you're new to my map. You have access to 2 water fields that are open and 2 water fields that you have to build. So let's look at the water fields first, and then we'll head over to the mines. I'll go over the mining, I'll go over the Crazy Crusher, and then we'll go over some of the buildables. Alright, so let me for streaming purposes, we're going to cheat some money in, because this is not my real save. So I'm going to purchase Waterfield 3. And I'm going to just grab my store delivery mod, and I'm going to grab a truck and a tanker. Alright, let me grab, and we'll grab a tanker. Alright, so in real life, rice and cranberries grow in water. So on the map, we have a couple of water fields where you can grow your rice and cranberries. Well, you can grow them on any field, but if you want to make it look realistic, you can grow them in water. Now, in order to get this to work the first time, you have to go to a water fill point and get 500,000 liters of water. And I'm just going to cheat it into my tanker for purposes of this video. So pick up 500,000 liters of water, bring it over here, and you only have to do this the first time. So drop 500,000 liters of water in here. Bear with me while I grab a sip of coffee. Alright, now that you have 500,000 liters of water in there, walk up to your trigger, and your field's going to be flooded or unflooded. Right now the field's flooded. If we want to unflood it, just hit your start button. And I'm just going to move over here where you can see a little bit better. Now, it'll take about a minute or two in game. So I'm just going to go up to 5 speed for a second. It takes a minute or two in game, and your water will go out of the field and then into the tubes. And then your field is now unflooded. So now you can come in and harvest and lime and fertilize and seed and replant if you wish. Now if you keep it unflooded, you can plant anything you want here, like wheat and barley, or do whatever you want and make it a regular field. But after you have all of your field work done and you want to reflood the field, all you have to do is come over here. You'll get a start filling signal. Pull the 500,000 liters of water. It'll push it from the tanks back into the field. Oh, yeah, I drink 2 cups of hot coffee in the morning, and then lunchtime I switch over to iced coffee, and iced coffee the rest of the day. So, and then take your 500,000 liters of water, dump it right back in here, and then you'll be ready for the next time you need to flood and unflood your fields. If 500,000 liters of rum and live alone for a while. And that's how your water fields operate. Alright, so we're going to, here, we'll head up the mountain. I'll take you across one of the bridges. There's plenty of grass meadows for you to put placeables down. There's a few placeable areas for you to put placeables down. Massive shout out to Dixie. She did 99% of the testing. I was so burnt out from building the map that Dixie did most of the testing. Alright, so to go to the mines, you're going to head east. There are 4 major bridges across the valley. There's one going in each direction, north, south, east, and west. So you got some pretty spectacular views from the bridge and the monorail, which we'll get into here shortly. So pretty nice views. Love the views on this map. Big shout out to the whole team, did an awesome job. Yeah, Papa Smurf took care of all the vehicles. Winston, I believe it's Winston 9587. Do not hold me to that. Winston, massive shout out to Winston. He gave me the military themed trains, and he helped me out in Blender with the monorail tracks. So shout out to Winston. Now, I took the custom traffic out of the map and put the vanilla traffic back in just to save on FPS and GPU. Alright, we're going to head back to the mines. Now, you start with the coal mine in new farmer mode. But you're going to come over to the mine, you're going to all be disappointed because you can't get into it. So to open up the mines, go to Central Station, pick up 500,000 liters of wood chips and deliver them here. Okay, so let me get my truck out of the way. Going to make you work to get into the mines. So let's go back to the vehicle shop. Oh, come on, vehicle shop. Alright, we're close enough. Alright, so we're going to pick up our K100 and slide on tipper. I'm starting you off with 500,000 liters of wood chips so you don't have to cut trees. But I'm making you work to open up the mines. What did I miss? We're doing a map tour. You didn't miss too much. So, grab your truck, head over to Central Station. If you sell your wood chips off and you want to open up the mines, then you're going to have to cut the trees. So bring your truck over here, grab the wood chips that are preloaded for you. And while that's filling, it gives me another opportunity to grab a sip of coffee. Bad Touch, Commonly, ISP. So be prepared to do a ton of driving on this map, and be prepared to be transporting a ton of product around this map. Alright, we'll get into the first buildable here, which is your mining, and then we'll get into a regular sell point that has to be built, and a regular field that has to be built. So y'all know what to do when you get the map. Alright, so we're going to do like the sign says, we're going to pick up 500,000 liters of wood chips. We are going to deliver them to the mine. Does this map need its own folder, or can it be in the same? This map will work in the same mods folder as Ritchieville, Hollow, or Islands. It does have a separate common files folder, but it doesn't matter. It's named differently, and you could put them in the same mods folder. So the first download is going to be the map and the common files folder. Make sure you unzip the first file, and then put the map and common files folder in your mods folder. And then I'll go over the Trello board, because there's a couple of required mods you need for this map or it will not load. So we'll go over that before I give you the link. It has all the same fill types as the Ritchieville, Hollow, and Islands maps. And you can use every single placeable factory as the Ritchieville, Hollow, and Islands maps. Usually when I'm streaming, the dog is bugging me like 100 times to go outside, and it's really, really nice out today, and I have the back door open, and what's he doing? He's laying by my feet and wants no part of going outside. Alright, so bring your wood chips, dump them here. It's going to take 8 in-game hours for your mines to open. So I am going to, let's jump back in here a minute. I'll spin my camera around. Alright, for this video we're going to forward time. I'm going to go 2,000 speed, and we're just going to roll the night. So 8 in-game hours. The fence will go away, and then you'll have access to the mines. I'm just going to roll the night so we get back to daylight, so I'm not streaming in the dark. Cherokee, good afternoon. If I missed anybody in chat, I do apologize. Appreciate everybody stopping in today. We're going to roll till it's daylight. Now, you'll have access to get down to the mines, but the road is blocked with clean fill. So I'm going to make you work to get down into the mines. So I'm going to grab my store delivery mod just to make it a little bit easier. We're going to grab the snowblower, and I just don't like the orange. We're just going to change it to red. We're going to grab a tipper, Where's the tipper I like? This guy, but I hate the color. And I'm just going to up the capacity. And I'm going to grab a tractor, just so I don't have to drive it across the map. Alright, so you're going to have to at least, if you don't have to clear out, I got in the truck, nice. You don't have to clear out every bit of mining product to get down in there, but you're at least going to have to build yourself a ramp to get your vehicles down into the mines. Now, you can sell some of the clean, you can sell all the clean fill off if you want, but you need clean fill to build your fields with, and you also need clean fill to make greenery to build your fields with. So be careful if you sell every bit of clean fill off, because then you won't have access to building your fields until you actually make more clean fill. But if you're really careful on how you do this, you can actually build yourself a ramp to get down here. So once you just try and get yourself a nice level slope, and then you can get your vehicle, you should be able to get your vehicles up and over to get down into the mines. But I think Dixie scooped all this up, and I think you have like 30 million liters of clean fill. So I sold about half of the clean fill off just to get myself started on the map, just so I can have some cash. And then on this end, you have to drive yourself off, turn around, and then you can actually make yourself another ramp on this side to get back up. This way, early game, you don't have to spend hours and hours trying to get all of the clean fill up. But you'll have a ton of clean fill now to get you started. And it should be enough to get yourself back up and over on both the top end and the bottom end. Alright, for this video I'm going to show you how the mines work and show you how the Crazy Crushers work before we get into some more of the buildables. Clean fill is your best friend at the beginning of the game. Yeah, the Patreon members who have been playing this map for a week can definitely tell you that. Let me wait for autosave. Alright, I'm going to buy, for, again, video purposes today, I'm going to get all of the mines so I can show you how they work. And the last one, there are 6 mines. I'm also going to buy the Crazy Crusher as well. Alright, I'm going to move my store delivery mod down here just for, again, for purposes of this video, so I'm not driving vehicles all over the map. So I'm going to grab a tanker. I'm going to grab the rock truck, the auto load trailer, and I'm going to get myself another truck. So I'm not saving this save game. Alright, now, you have a bunch of material on the ground to get you started. So I'm starting you off with a bunch of coal on the ground, a bunch of ore on the ground. So all the mines have a little bit of product on the ground to get you started. Once you use it up, you're going to have to drop yourself some boulders. And you're going to need a good bit of diesel. So again, for video purposes, I'm going to cheat in a tank full of diesel. Alright, now, how the mines work, and they all work the same way, is you have to put 25 liters of diesel in the tank, and it will only hold 25 liters, and that was done on purpose. So we're going to drop 25 liters of diesel in each of the tanks. There are 6 tanks. So this one is your ore. So making you work for your boulders, but they're pretty much infinite. This one has some stone on the ground. This will get you your rock boulder. Next mine is this nickel or is this copper? This one looks like nickel. So you'll get your nickel boulders here. The next one is your copper mine. So your copper mine will drop your copper boulders. We'll drop 25 liters of diesel there. And then your sandstone mine. So there's a bunch of sand on the ground for you, but this will drop sandstone boulders. So let's get 25 liters in that tank. An anonymous cheer. Oh my goodness, 500 bits. Thank you very much. You all are awesome. Alright, so now it's going to take about if you're on 1 speed, it's going to take about 3 to 5 in-game minutes. And each mine will drop 5 boulders. So I'm just going to forward time for a minute and then go back down to 1 speed. So each mine is going to drop 5 boulders. Each boulder is 20,000 liters. So these 5 boulders, you're going to get 1,000,000 liters of crushed product out of just 5 boulders. So you have your sandstone boulder, you have your copper rock boulder, and then your nickel rock, and then so forth down the line. Your actual just rock boulder, and that'll crush down to gravel and stone. You have your ore boulder, and then down here should be your coal boulder. And you have your coal boulder. Now if you come back here to the trigger, it's going to, as you see, the left-hand column shows all yellow. So in order to drop 5 more boulders, you have to clear the first boulders from the trigger. So I'm just going to grab 1 more truck so I don't have to switch a lot of trucks around. So I'm just going to grab another truck real quick. Alright, so you want to grab your either this autoload truck or the Cat Mining truck. Arlarn, another 200 bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. So grab this. I like this truck better than the Cat truck. Why can I not hook to it? Am I on the wrong end? No. There we go. I like this truck better than the Cat truck because it has a better road speed. So once you get all of your boulders out of the trigger, it'll clear the triggers where you can drop 5 more boulders. Now, do not park your truck under the trigger because the boulders will not spawn. So the triggers have to be clear in order for you to drop 5 more boulders. And on this map, you can mix all of your boulders in one truck. So yeah, so keep in mind that it is a pain in the butt. It was meant to be work, but don't keep in mind, so 5 boulders are going to get you 1,000,000 liters of crushed product. Not counting what's already on the ground. Let's grab our sandstone. Alright, so let me get out of the trigger. Now, that's 30 boulders. You could fit 60 boulders in the truck. So you could do 2 drops of all of your boulders before you have to go to the crusher. Now, you don't have to take all the boulders to the crusher. You could do just coal or just ore or just sand. Or you could do all of the boulders at the same time. So one or all. It makes no difference once you get to the crusher. So I'm going to just throw in a second load of diesel and get a second drop of boulders. No, you want to keep your triggers completely clear or your boulders will not respawn. Don't put anything near your drop where your boulders drop. Or you're going to have to restart your game in order to reset the trigger. And if you're on a server, you're going to have to reset the server in order to clear the triggers. So you want to keep that drop point completely clear. Don't park anything near it. But you got a couple million liters of product on the ground to get you started with before you have to start using the crusher. And don't edit the map to put more diesel in the tank because you'll mess up your boulder spawn and it'll glitch itself out and never work right again. So don't do any edits to the mining, or you're just going to create yourself a headache and you're going to have to go back to my map and start over because it'll glitch it out. Alright, let's go back to our other truck and wait for our boulders to drop. Let's grab our auto load truck and we'll pick up our next 30 boulders. So again, this is built to be a difficult map to play. And it's easier to come in at the other angle than it is to go at this angle to pick the boulders up for some reason. So this truck will work, or the Cat mining truck will work. I don't like the Cat mining truck because it doesn't have a big road speed. So you're just going to take it twice as long to drive over to the crusher. Yeah, this map is not courseplay friendly. It will crash your game. It's been tested and tested and tested. There's absolutely nothing I can do to fix it. So courseplay will crash the map. Nothing I can do to fix it, no matter what version of courseplay it is. So if you like auto drive, you're going to have to set up yourself some auto drive routes. Alright, so we have 60 boulders of what the trailer will hold. And let's see if we can't find my ramp to get us back out of here. And we'll head to the Crazy Crusher. So like I said, it's take the time if you don't want to pick up all the clean fill, and get yourself a couple of ramps made with the snowblower. We've tried, I think, 4 or 5 different versions of courseplay, and no matter what you do, as soon as you buy field 57 or 58, it crashes the game. Alright, so I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to park him here for a second. I'm going to go grab our tanker and see if I can't get him up the ramp. You're going to need diesel and water at the Crazy Crusher. Use the GPS as much as you can in single player. It can help. Thanks for the tip there, Arlarn. Yeah, thanks for the tip, y'all. Much appreciated. Alright, let me get this guy down the ramp. Yeah, so you can do it. Just take your time. Alright, I'm going to throw on right control. Follow me. Follow me is going to be your best friend on this map. Early game when you don't have a lot of vehicles, you're going to be moving a ton of vehicles around the map. When you don't have a lot of cash. And we'll get a third one behind there. Alright, let's head over to the Crazy Crusher. try and drive slow enough where I don't lose both trucks behind me. Or let the lazy FS workers do the job, yeah. You've got there's a good mix of small, medium, and large fields. But like I said earlier, be very careful taking a contract because A, the field may be built, the field may not be built, and the sell point you have to take the product to may not be built. So don't spend 3 hours harvesting a field and then find out you don't have access to the sell point because it's not built yet. So again, as you're driving around, everything that you see fenced in has to be built. We'll get into a buildable here shortly, as soon as we're done with the Mind and the Crazy Crusher. So you do have a little bit of a drive to get your boulders from the mines to the crusher. Cherokee 058 has cheered with 500 bits. Thank you very much. And I lost one of my helpers. Come on, man. I was only doing 47 miles an hour. This truck will do 100. Probably going to lose my second helper, my second follower here in a second. How could you get lost going around a turn? Yeah, helper F is stopped as well. So I lost both of my followers. So let's get this guy down to the crusher. I'll go back and get my other two trucks. Bad Touch has cheered with 200 bits. Thank you very much. Alright, you got... oh my goodness, Arlarn, 300 more bits. Y'all are awesome. And... I'm going the wrong way. I got completely lost on my own map on the very first day. And I just got rear-ended by my other truck and an autosave and the train. Alright, this is the road down to the Crazy Crusher, not where I was trying to go. Can't compete with you. Thank you so much for the bits. It is much appreciated. Thank you for the gift subs. Alright, so once you get down to your Crazy Crusher, all of your boulders go into the same pit. So you could drop all your boulders off. Dixieland, 100 bits. Thank you very much. Alright, so you could drop all of your boulders into the same pit. And then let me go find my other two trucks, since they decided not to cooperate with us. Old Man Farming, 300 bits. Thank you very much. Now, if you take the first road The first road goes down the mountain. Or if you take the second left-hand turn, it'll take you right down to the crusher. Cherokee 058, 400 bits. Thank you very much. You all are awesome today. Let me stop this other helper. Alright, let me fire you a minute. Alright, let's jump in here. Now you're good. Just like I said, the crusher needs diesel and it needs water. That's why I brought my tanker with me. So let me drop a little bit of diesel in here. And I'm going to just empty out the diesel and throw some water in here. Alright, the water's on the other side, so you're going to have to drive around. Now, you're going to get an advantage by crushing your boulders than just picking this stuff up off the ground. Streamlabs, Old Man Farming, 200 more bits. Alright, now this is going to fire up the crusher. So everything's going to go active, and it did. So I'm going to forward time, let's give it like an hour. There we go, that'll work. Now, you're going to get, on this level, you're going to get your crushed ore that you use the snowblower to pick up. You're going to get your crushed coal here, so use your snowblower to pick it up. And then if we go up a level to the top level, you have your crushed nickel and your crushed copper. And then if you drive your vehicle down and around to the lower level, oh, I glitched under the road. I glitched under the road. Just by walking down there. I'm going to have to look into that. But if you drive your vehicle down and around and come down the mountain, I'll have to see why I glitched under the road. But anyway, in the bottom level, you have your crushed silt. Now, the only way to get silt is using the Crazy Crusher. So every single boulder will give you a little bit of silt. So it's the only way to get silt to make your fertilizer. Your sandstone boulder is going to crush down into your sand. And then your rock boulder is going to crush down into stone and gravel. So your Crazy Crusher will crush all of your products down. Now, by using the boulders, instead of just scooping the product up off the ground, let me get back up to this level. So you're going to want it, it's going to benefit you to get the Crazy Crusher going. So let me jump into this little K100. And so now each boulder is also going to give you a little bit of clean fill and a little bit of gold. And then you pick that up under here. So it's another benefit from using the crusher. So you're going to get a little bit of gold and you're going to get a little bit of clean fill. The clean fill you're going to need to build your fields with and to build your greenery with. And then the gold you're going to need at Express Personnel to hire your workers. So that is how the mining works and the crusher works. Now let me see if I can't find my truck. Let's head back to Center Mountain. or towards Center Mountain. We'll go over a couple of the buildables. And then I'll jump into my test map, and I'll show you what the map looks like after everything is built. And then I'll go over the Trello board and get you all the links. So it's not going to be a long stream. I know y'all are dying to play this map. So I'm going to get out of here as quickly as I can after I get you all the links. RD4O Dave, 300 bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please smash that follow button. It'll definitely help the channel grow. Can't wait till 22 comes out. We're going to try and convert what we can over to 22 once we see the game in the editor. Receive the level 1 hype train emote. Nice. Let me swing around over here near Nunneritches. We'll use Nunneritches as one example, and we'll use a field as a second example. But then all the buildables work the same way. I'm just going to park over here on the sidewalk, just so I'm not blocking the AI traffic. Alright, so if I want to build, this is the future home of Nunneritches. If you want to build Nunneritches, you're going to have to go to the construction office. So let's say that I want to build field 45. So let's go down to near where field 45 is, which is right here. Once the map is released, the server I've created will be open to all. Matt K, thank you very much. That's much appreciated. Alright, so field 45, which is right in front of us, so you have to own the land in order to build it. Now, we own Center Mountain, so we could build Nunneritches. But if I want field 45, I have to buy it first. So now it's going to tell me to open area 10 to go to the construction office. Alright, so let's go up to the construction office. Alright, so I want to build area 10 and I want to build Nunneritches. So you're going to have to find the signs for whatever you want to build. So we're looking for area 10 and we're looking for Nunneritches. I think it was 10. So if you don't own the land, when you walk up to the sign, you're not going to get a pop-up global company menu. So it tells you that you don't own the land. So we bought field 45, which is area 10. When I walk up to this, I'm now going to get the global company menu. So when you open up your global company menu, it's going to tell you that you need 100,000 liters of greenery, 100,000 liters of grass seed, 100,000 liters of clean fill, and 100,000 liters of water to build area 10. Well, you know where to get the clean fill from. Grass seed and greenery you have to get from the Placeable Pennington factory. So you're going to have to put the Placeable Pennington factory down to get your greenery and your grass seed. So the Pennington factory. Now, in order to get your greenery and your grass seed, your greenery needs planter boxes, which you have to make at either Tom's Tables or Mammoth Mill. And your grass seed needs sacks, which you're going to have to get from either the sack factory or the mill. So we need to deliver 100,000 liters each of those products to build Area 10. Now, to build Nona Richie's, you're going to have to find the sign. So here's Nona Richie's. Nona Richie's needs 200,000 liters of lumber, 200,000 liters of steel, 200,000 liters of drywall, 200,000 liters of concrete, 200,000 liters of doors, 200,000 liters of windows, and 200,000 liters of insulation to build Nona Richie's. Now remember, Nona Richie's is going to get you the better prices. So if we have a full load of wheat to sell, so I can sell it at Aldi's is not built. I can sell it at Nona Richie's is not built. I have access to Walmart. Walmart has the crappy price. That was done on purpose. So if you want the better price, you're going to have to build the better sell point. Mary says surf shop on the sign. Oh, okay, so that's something we'll have to fix on a future update. So again, when you walk up to the sign, you're going to get the pop-up menu because we own the property. So let's grab the stuff we need for Area 10. So I'm going to head up to Central Warehouse. If I can click on the correct... Alright, so let's jump up here to Central Warehouse. I preloaded this just for today's video, but I'm not keeping this game save. So let me grab a container trailer and we'll grab a truck. And then I'm also going to get just another K100, it's just so I don't have to drive it across the map. I can never find it in the menu. Alright, I like this design with the stripe, and I always two-tone it because I just think it looks cool two-toned. Alright, so let's spawn out we need 100,000 liters of grass seed and we need 100,000 liters of greenery. So let's grab some grass seed and some greenery. So I'm going to pop out one greenery, I'm going to pop out one grass seed, and I think Nona Richie's needed lumber. I'm just going to take a thing of lumber with us because we have 3 slots on our container trailer. Bear with me 1 second while I grab a sip. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, again, the map is not perfect. We've rushed it through testing to get it to you all, so you have a little bit of time to play it before FS22 comes out. Alright, so let's grab our container truck. And again, I just preloaded the warehouses just for the purposes of this video today, so I can show you how to build everything. So you are going to, it's going to take, I think Dixie said you need, it's either 20 or 21 placeable factories to build, just to get all the construction materials you need to build all of the buildables on the map. Alright, so we're going to head into the construction area, and we got to find areas 10 again and Nona Ritchie's. So just take a mental note now of what this area looks like before everything is built, and then I'll show you what this area looks like after everything is built. So where is area 10? And again, it's going to be a treasure hunt looking for all of the signs. I was probably sitting like right next to it. Yep, I was. Let me back up a little bit so I can get my truck lined up. Now this one should take the grass seed in the greenery. And I'm just going to pick up the lumber. Alright, so we have, now if you walk back up to the sign, it's going to tell you that we have all the grass seed, we have all the greenery, but we need some clean fill and we need some water. So I'm just going to drop this down by Nona Ritchie's. If I remember correctly, I think lumber was one of them. If not, we'll go get what we need. But I think we needed 200,000 liters. We did. So we need a lumber and 2 more steel. So a lumber and 2 steel. Can't wait till I get the map so I can see everything. Yep, let me get these few things built. Then I'm going to show you all what you need on a Trello board. I'm going to jump into my test map. I'll give you a little tour of everything built, and then I'll get out of here so y'all can play. The more I go over on this stream, the less questions we'll have to answer on the Facebook group. Let me grab a lumber and 2 steel. And grab 2 steel. Oh, I can't spawn another one out because the spawner must be blocked. Or did I spawn out too many lumber? I did. I spawned out too many lumber, I think. Oh, okay, why are you not picking up? Oh, there we go. It wasn't close enough. Alright, what did I get? I need another steel. Let me grab another steel. Why won't it let me spawn out another steel? Because I don't have enough in the warehouse. Crap! I didn't preload enough in the warehouse. Haha! That's why I can't grab another steel. Alright, I can cheat some more in real quick. I can't remember what else that sell point needed. Let's jump back down there. It's like an adult Christmas for us. Yeah, I'm going to have to jump out of here really quick and then cheat a little bit more steel in just so I can build this for you. I must have gone through a whole ton of steel in testing, because I grabbed whatever was left of my test map and I threw it in here in this map just so I can show you how to build stuff today. And when I first loaded the warehouse for my test map, I had 25 million liters of steel in there. So I burned through a whole ton of steel testing the buildables on the map. Let's see what else we need in case I have to cheat anything else in. Alright, so we need, let's grab two drywall and a door. $10.18 with 30 bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Did I miss one up above? I did. Arlarn had another 200 bits. Alright, y'all, since I'm not going to cheat the stuff in. I'll show you how the field builds. I will not show you how none of Richie's builds. Because I don't want to have to save the game, jump out, cheat more stuff in, and then come back in while y'all are waiting. So I will not finish showing you how none of Richie's builds. I'll definitely show you how this field builds. All right, so we need some clean fill, and we need some water. So let me grab my store delivery mod. And let's see if we can't get a few things over here so I don't have to buy any more vehicles. So let me come up to the Crazy Crusher. I thought I had some vehicles sitting over here. We do. Let me reset this guy to where we are. Let me reset this guy. Alright, this will work. Alright, so let's grab the tanker, grab some water. Let me grab some water. And now, as this is building, do not keep any vehicles parked in the construction area unless you're in the middle of the road, because you'll be blocked in. Your truck will literally be inside of a building once it builds into the map. So if you keep anything parked in this construction area, make sure it's on the road and not in the grass. And then let me grab a quick load of clean fill. Yeah, I use the dev tool when I'm testing and doing a video like this, but I try not, the only thing I use it for and when I'm playing is for the speed. So yeah, like I said, be very careful you don't keep any buildings there, because if I had a truck parked there, it would have ended up inside of that house. So all of your buildables, once you deliver everything here, it's going to go active, and it's going to take 3 to 5 in-game days to build. So let me find my truck real quick, and let's drive down to the field we're building. So I won't be able to show you none of Richie's build because I don't have all the materials to build it. But they all work the same way. So once you put everything into the trigger in the construction office, Your building will build, your construction barrier will come down, and then you'll have access to use it. So let's head over to field 45, and I'll show you that build. I'm not going to show off a lot of the map. I'll let you explore it and find stuff on your own. So just keep in mind, whatever you're trying to build, you will not get the trigger until you own the land. That's one of the biggest not really issues that we've come across, but one of the biggest like, I'll get a message on Facebook, I can't build such and such. Well, you don't own the land. So that's been one of the major hiccups, is trying to build something that you don't own. Corn Crone, if I mess up that name, I apologize. Hey, it looks awesome. Thank you very much. SB912, thank you for stopping in. If I missed anybody in chat, I do apologize. I've been trying to focus on the map and the tour and getting you all the links as quickly as I can. Alright, so we delivered everything to the construction office to build area 10, which is field 45. It's going to take 3 to 5 game days for it to build. So let me park here. Let me spin my camera around. And then I'm just going to forward time. We're just going to go 2,000 speed. So as this area is building, your fence will come down, your signs will come down, the boulders will go away, and then you can use the field. There's a yeah, that does glitch out. Let me fix that a second while this is building. Just going to throw y'all on starting soon and then back to live screen. It should take it off the screen. I can't figure that glitch out. I've been through my Streamlabs and OBS 100 times, and it's just, it gets stuck on the screen and it doesn't go away. Alright, so one game day, like I said, 3 to 5 game days for it to completely build. But while it's building, if you don't forward time, you've got plenty of stuff to do while you're waiting for this to build. It's going to take you a week just to get all your product in the mine scooped up off the ground. And I'm just going to roll the night and get back to daylight. I took about 5 to 6 map tours the first day I got the map. So many good viewpoints on the map. There are. That's why I'm not going to show a lot of it off today. I'll let you explore it on your own. Alright, so I'm going to go back down to 1 speed. So now you'll have access to field 45 to do whatever you want with after it is built. Now if I go back to the construction office, so let me find one of my vehicles up here. So where the sign was to drop the product off is now going to be gone. Your sign is gone. All your triggers are gone. Your global company menu is gone. And you'll have something built where the sign was. Now, before I jump into my test map, is there anything else you want to see on the unbuilt map before I jump you over to my test map, which has everything already built on it? Our only tip I can give you, single player with this map, is set small goals at one time, definitely. Because it is going to be, I only, on my single player save, I only have about 10 or 12 hours on it. And I am just getting the basics set up. I am just getting Mammoth Mill set up, Tom's Table set up, Sparky set up. I have the refinery, the crate factory, the plastic factory, and Pennington down. And those factories aren't even running yet. I'm literally like 10 or 12 hours on the map. I'm just getting the mill up and running. How do you build the power grid? All right, let's jump down. Let's take this truck. I will show you how you build your power. I'm not going to build it, but I'll show you where the drop-off point is for the power grid. Now, I couldn't fit everything into the construction area, so there's a couple more buildables down here. So how do you start on this map? Go to my YouTube channel and watch Ritchie Valley 16X Season 1 Day 1. And you'll see exactly how I started on this map. So if somebody wants to type in !YouTube, it'll get you the link to my YouTube channel. And go back and watch Season 1, Episode 1 of Ritchie Valley 16X. Alright, so there's a couple more buildables down here that I could not fit in the construction area. So you have Area 27, Area 28, Dollar General. You have to build Dollar General down here, Forest Area 2, and Area 29. So all those triggers are down here. Old man, this map is seasons ready. It's going to be a very difficult map to play with seasons because you're not going to be able to get enough product to keep your factories going. But more than welcome to play seasons on the map. And the reason why it's going to be very difficult to play with seasons is, here, another reason, let me show you, is if you go back to the sell point, let's say you have a load of wheat to sell. The only sell point built is Walmart. So you're only going to get $196 per 1,000 liters. And in seasons, sometimes that price is even lower. You can sell it at Aldi's for $3.54, but it's not built. You can sell it at Nonna Ritchie's at $6.03, but it's not built. So, and then again, with seasons, a lot of times you don't get enough crop to keep your factories running. Yep, check out Dixie's Twitch channel. She did a start on this map. There's about 100 different ways you can start this map. Here is your apiary. This one's already built. You'll have access to it. You just need to buy the land. Across the street, you have a little boat dock area. And let me go over a couple more sell points with you as well before I go into my other map. Yeah, there's a ton of different ways to start the map. Now, if you want to build the power grid, you have to come over here. So in order to build the power grid, this is going to be very expensive. This is nothing you're going to be able to do early game. You need 700,000 liters of each product. Power poles, copper wire, conductors, lighting, concrete, and paint to build the power grid. But it builds the power grid for the entire map. So it builds every power pole, all the wiring connecting the power poles, and all of the street lights. So the power plant, or the power grid, is going to be very expensive. Let me spin back around, show you two more things, and then I'm going to switch maps. There's two different ways to fish on this map. One of them is with a fishing boat, but you have to build the bait house first and fish processing. The bait house and fish processing for the fishing boat works independently of this area up here. The area right here on the bottom of the mountain, there is a, let me go back to the map. So if we come over here to where I'm at, bottom of the mountain, right near the ape, across the street from the apiary, you have a small bait house and 3 different hatcheries. So this small bait house will get you some fish bait. This fish bait will not go into the fishing boat, and the bait from the fishing boat will not go into the hatcheries. They work independently of each other. So let's just buy this property real quick. Alright, so I'm going to buy, as soon as autosave is done, I'm going to buy, they're all independently of each other. So you have to buy the bait house, and then you have to buy the hatcheries separately. I'm just going to buy them all so I can show you the triggers. Alright, so once you buy this bait house, you're going to deliver molasses, cornmeal, water, and cheese. That's going to get you fish bait. And the only way to pick up this fish bait is by the special tanker in the vehicle pack. So you're going to need this tanker to haul your fish bait around. And the fish bait from this factory will not go into the fish bait for the fishing boat. And then you just take this fish bait, run it down to one of the hatcheries. Let me go down this way. And I fell into the water. Let me go back into my vehicle. Get back. Let me go find that truck I was just driving around in. Alright, this guy. So once you get your fish bait from here, you could take it to one of 3 hatcheries. So the hatcheries are down here. You'll need ice cubes, fish bait, and diesel, and you'll get catfish, clams, shrimp, and trout from these 3 hatcheries. Now, over here across the street there's 2 more sell points here you have to build. One of them is the surf shop, and the other one is the retirement home. So Shady Pines Nursing Home is back here. And both of those will need to be built before you have access to them. Across the street is the power plant. You need to purchase it, and it does income per hour. So if you come over here and you purchase the power plant, which is this piece of property here, you'll get the global company trigger, and if you put in fuel and water, and fuel, what I mean by fuel, it's straw, wood chips, crude oil, diesel, or coal. Drop it here, and then drop your water over here, and this power plant will give you income per hour. Golden Girls, yeah, Shady Pines, yep. I still watch the Golden Girls every day. I'll admit it. I watch the Golden Girls. I still love watching the Golden Girls. And then your log sell point is here for your logs and your wood chips. So you're going to have to come down here with the load of logs, and you have to drive them up onto the barge. So you're going to have to drop your logs right here in order to sell them. So that's the sell point for your logs. It's up on the barge. We love watching it, and our kids love watching it too. Queen Chris, yep. It is definitely, they don't make them like they used to. All the new TV shows to me suck. I hardly watch TV anymore. Alright, anything else in here, y'all, before I jump into my test map? You don't have, yeah, with this big map, there's a ton of grass areas on this map where you don't have to use a field. Alright, I am going to, let me save this. Alright, actually I'm not even going to save it. Let me quit without saving, because I'm going to delete that save anyway. Y'all are going to see a funky screen for a minute. I'm going to switch to my other map. And I'm going to let that other map load in. Would say that this map has the most things to do. This map will definitely keep you busy. It's going to take you, I would say, a good 40 or 50 hours just to get your factories, just to get your construction factories down, to earn enough money to place all of your construction factories down. Just to get your basics made. Old man, you know my fields are for potatoes. Yep. I'm going to get you that 3-row harvester. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in here. I'll see if y'all have any more questions, and I'll do a quick drive around. And I'll show you what most of this map is going to look like after everything is built. The only thing I don't have built on this map are the oil wells or the water fields. Let me find a truck or something to drive around in. Perfect. So we're right here at Central Station. And then, so this is what None of Richie's looks like after it's built. So the fence will be down, None of Richie's will be here, and then you'll have access to the sell point, which is right here. And then I'll just do a quick drive over here back to where the city was. So now if we drive through here, all the fences are down and the city is built. So you have, 7-Eleven, KFC, McDonald's, Napa, Domino's, Tractor Supply, Aldi's, and then you got back to where your police station, fire station. Alright, so now the police station's messed up. There's going to be a map update. I was messing around with that police station, and now it's not spawning into the game. Oh, I sold the wrong one off. Never mind. I was trying to get the police station not to show up in the store, and I must have sold the wrong one off. Ignore that statement. Actually, I need to start a new game save to see if the police station's there or not. Let's test that real quick as well. So this is what your city's going to look like after everything is built. I need to go in and test that police station, though, before I get out of here. No, it was there because I just started a new game save earlier. Okay, ignore that statement. We don't have to test the police station. So this is what your city blocks look like after it's built. And then all the regular fields should now be open. So let's head across this bridge. Again, you got some spectacular views driving over these bridges. I have traffic turned off on this map because this is my test map. So you said Waihu is missing, or what it was? Yeah, ignore that comment with the police station. The version before the version you're getting now, I had an issue with the police station, where you can buy an extra one in the store and you weren't supposed to. So I was messing around with making sure you cannot purchase the police station in the store, and I accidentally put one down on my test map, and I must have sold the wrong one off. So ignore the issue with the police station. So again, this is what everything looks like after it's built. You have access to all of your fields. There are some, just here, I'll drive through this grass meadow. So you have some massive grass meadows to put placeables down. Not like the Ritchieville or Hollow map where you're struggling to put all the factories down. So you have some massive fields. You have some massive grassy areas. Map link is coming soon, y'all. I'm going to go over the Trello board with y'all first, and then I'll get you the link. A couple more things I want to show you so you can be prepared. This way there's less questions for Dixie and I to answer later on Facebook. So again, there's plenty of houses around the map for you to put your sleep trigger down. Now, there are 8 railroad silos on the map. So this is one that you have to build, and this is what it looks like after it's built. So this railroad silo will store every bulk and every liquid, where you can pick it up and drop it off by truck or by train. So they're all connected. So if we look at the map, we come over to here where we are. So a railroad silo 1, you have a silo at the top of the hill that is connected to a silo at the bottom of the hill. So these triggers are connected. So if I harvest field 20 and 21 at the bottom of the hill and dump it into that silo at the bottom of the hill, I can pick it up here in this silo at the top of the hill, and vice versa. So if I harvest field 77 across the street and dump it into this silo, I can also pick it up on the bottom of the hill in this silo. So those two are connected. If we come over here to railroad silo 2, there's one here that's connected to a second one. Railroad silo 3 over here, there's one at the top of the hill and one at the bottom of the hill that are connected. This railroad silo over here, there's one at the top of the mountain and one at the bottom of the mountain that are connected. So a lot of your railroad silos, every single railroad silo is connected to a second silo on the map. So there's one at the top of the hill that's connected to one at the bottom of the hill. And then let me just drive around to the one placeable area. So again, over here you have another just massive grass meadow to put factories down, or make a ton of money in silage if you want to cut the grass. So plenty of room for factories. I'll let y'all ride the trains and the monorails. Taking a monorail ride is really fun. You get some spectacular views on the monorail. But fire up the game, spend about a half an hour driving around the map before you decide what plan of attack you want to do. Figure out where you want to settle in. Figure out where you want to put your sleep trigger down. Again, you don't have to use the starter fields I'm giving you. You can sell them off and move across the map. And then let me show you the couple more railroad silo, one more railroad silo really quick, because you have, so this silo here near field 52, this silo here is connected to the railroad silo that's back here. So if I harvest field 52, I can dump it in that silo right there. And if I want to load the train and take it to Central Station, that railroad silo is connected to the silo that's back here at train 3. And they're all part of the same farmland when you buy the land. The only farming I be doing is potatoes because the lazy workers don't touch my potatoes. So the silo right next to field 52 is connected to the silo right here at the railroad station. So you can dump it in, you can pick it up with your train. And then every single apartment complex along the tracks, and I think there's 8 of them, holds workers. So if you come over here with your bus load of workers, you can drop them off here and then pick your workers up with the bus, or pick them up on the top, on the roof with the monorail, and then drive your workers around the map with the monorail. So if we jump into, let me switch the trains on real quick. So if you jump in one of the monorails, this is monorail 3. The first car does not hold workers, it's just the engine, but the back 3 cars will hold workers. So if you look at the top left-hand side of my screen, it shows you the tractor with the 3 implements connected to it. It works like any other train. So if you want to load workers in the first car behind the engine, make sure it's highlighted. Same thing with the middle car or the third car. So whatever car you want to load and unload workers, you need to be on the correct tab. So that is how the monorail works. I am going to I know y'all are waiting impatiently for this map, so I'm going to throw you all on. Be right back. Let me get out of my map. Let me move a couple things around on my screen. I'm going to grab this guy real quick. I'm going to go to the Trello board for a moment. Give it a second to load and make sure I don't lose my stream. Just give this a second to load. If I put too much on, if I'm connected to too much online, then I'm going to lose the Wi-Fi. Alright, let me throw you all back on. Let me throw you all on window, which is going to bring up the Trello board. Now, once I put the map on the Trello board, it's going to be in this column. So, right now it has the Ritchieville map, the Ritchie's Hollow map, the Ritchie's Island map, and the New Valley map will be in this column. If you want to play with seasons, there's a custom geo, and the custom geo will work on Ritchieville, Ritchie's Hollow, and Ritchie's Islands, and then now the new map. I just have to change this sign. In order for these 4 maps to work, Ritchieville, Ritchie's Hollow, Ritchie's Island, and the New Valley map I'm about to give you the link for, you need everything from this column or the map's not going to work and the map's not going to load. So you have to download the required mod pack. So click on the card, click on the link, and it's going to bring you to the download. And then you just have to hit the green download button and it'll download the file. Now, if the file says unzip first, you have to unzip the first file, but then keep everything inside of the first file zipped. So you need the required mod pack, you need the construction mod pack, you need the assorted placeable pack, you need the vehicle pack, you need the auto load pack, you need the silo placeable pack, you need the animal pen pack, and the saltwater fill station in order for this map to run. So you're going to have to download everything from this column in order to make the map work. The next column over it are all the placeable factories for Ritchieville, Ritchie's Hollow, Ritchie Islands, and the New Valley map. So these are all of your placeable factories. Some of these you need, some of these you don't need. These are optional. Some of them are optional. So like for instance, Mammoth Mill, you're going to have to put the placeable Mammoth Mill down to make your lumber, your steel, your plywood. You're going to need stone processing. So I would probably download everything in this column as well. But these are the optional factories. These are the required mods, or the map won't even load. You also need to go to the in-game mod hub and get the Global Company mod. The Global Company mod has to be in your mods folder when you fire the map up. I cannot put it on Trello because it's copyrighted and it's patented. So you have to get that from the in-game mod hub. So I cannot touch the Global Company mod. You're going to have to get that on your own. All right, I'm going to throw you all on. Be right back. I'm going to close the Trello board. I'm going to go to my Mediafire account. Mediafire. Give this a second to load. And there is the link to the map and the common file. So unzip the first file you download, and then inside of that file you'll have the map and the common files folder. So make sure you unzip the first file, put the map in your mods folder, put the common files folder in your mods folder, and then get everything you need from the Trello board. So exclamation point maps. That is the link to the Trello board. Exclamation point Facebook. This is the link to the Facebook group. Dixie and I usually have Facebook open all day long, so if you have any questions, we will be there to answer your questions. I appreciate all the bits. I appreciate all of the subs. Y'all are awesome. I want to see if y'all have any more questions before I get out of here. Bridget, and I have about 10 or 12 quality of life mods. Now, if you're new to my maps, TARDIS Teleport conflicts with the map. Any of the mud mods conflict. Any of the real dirt mods conflict. And any of the Maze Plus mods conflict with the map. So don't use any of those mods with my map, or they will conflict. Bad Touch and Dixie, thanks a million times for all of your hard work. You are more than welcome. Awesome stream, old man. Catch you next time. Yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping in today. Give me about 15-20 minutes and I'll have the map on the Trello board. But I just want to see if y'all have any more questions before I get out of here. I will not be back on today. I'm just going to sit back and relax this afternoon. I've got some stuff I need to work on for YouTube. Bridget, thanks for the stream, old man. Nikki Fizz, congrats. Arlarn, big thanks. Buggernut, thank you. You're all more than welcome. QRT, thanks. Queen Chris, downloading now. We'll set up my wheel and side panel. Nice. I'm sure everybody's going to stay up all night farming. 1018, thank you. All right, y'all. Let me throw the link on there in comments one more time just to make sure y'all have them. So link again to the map. All right, I'm out of here. Have fun. If you have any questions, I'll be hanging out on Facebook. So don't be afraid to hit us up on the Facebook group. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow.